भैया एक कॉन्डम दीजिए. ये हो गया, चेंज पूरा मिला हमें.
हाँ?
ओके, वेरी गुड. दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू
There's
स्टैंड
nothing
आउट
to
टू
keep
कौन
digging.
आ रहा है, कौन जा रहा है, लिफ्ट की फोटो ले रहे हैं, जो काफी लोगों के साथ होता है, which I feel is privacy. It's good that I am tough, and it's important to be tough because I believe there's no place for weak-hearted or weak-willed people in this world. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello. Welcome to Spill the Tea with me, Sneha.
Again.
Yes, may I first put it out there that you are easily one of the most frequented guests on my show,
That's a good thing.
which goes to say how busy you are as an actor.
That's good to hear.
But I'm actually particularly looking forward to this episode because I know we have a very fun social experiment planned. You want to
Yes.
tell everyone
Yes.
what we're doing?
So, to begin with, I'm here to talk about my film Chhatriwali, which is coming on 20th of January on Z5. What we're going to do today is do a surprise visit at chemist store and ask for condoms and see how people react, capture their reactions,
Yeah.
you know, on how or whether or not they get awkward. So actually, if they do get awkward, then it's a problem, and if they don't, then that's ta-da.
But you know, I pitched this idea to your PR team. Somehow I was sure that it will get shot down.
Huh.
Where do you see an actress stop by a medical store to buy a condom? How much convincing did it take you? Have you done this before?
No, I wouldn't do anything that I have to, you know, I'm not sure in my head about. Nobody can convince me. It's me, myself. But, you know, when they told me that this is how it, and this is a fun segment, you know,
Yeah.
and I feel it's so important to genuinely, we'll also get to know whether people are still in today's day and age, conscious about it or not conscious about it. So I said, yeah, let's do. And if I have a problem with the subject that I'm speaking about, then there's a problem.
Then there's a problem. But what is the strangest response that you've got when you've gone to say like a grocery store to buy something? पहले तो do actors do this stuff once you get famous?
अब नहीं जाती हूँ मैं. I used to go in the lockdown.
Huh.
Because that was the only outing. So I would love to go in, like, you know, one of the big ones that we have here in Bandra.
yeah.
And I would love to just go and, you know, shop because that's the only outing you had. So literally get ready, me and my brother, and we would go and, you know, shop. Make a list and then shop all the kachra also because actually genuinely you were just eating and watching content and, you know, you wanted fancy things at home.
Yeah.
But I definitely am one of those people who knows what's coming at home. So I only say कि ठीक है ये ले आना ये ले आना ये ले आना. I don't go.
खाने में क्या बनाना is your
Absolutely
responsibility.
Yeah, I live alone, so I definitely have to brief my staff. And
you're super particular.
I'm very
You know
particular.
this.
Nobody can just feed me कि कुछ बना दिया है.
हाँ.
What's my mood for the day? So it's a thought, you know. आज ये खाएंगे, आज वो खाएंगे. But then my help go.
Okay, sounds of Bombay.
Yeah. So then my help goes and gets it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, the film's title, Chhatriwali,
Yeah.
instantly catchy. But my research tells me that this is also the first time you are headlining a film.
That's right.
I want to know what is the high associated with being that person on set? What changes? What is the high?
Nothing. I think for me, what was the bigger high is that I was there in every scene. So I was there in every scene, and I was, you know, there were discussions happening. So you really have the time to give in your creative ideas, to bring the best to the table. And I think those things, because when you are heading a project, you know, whether it is the creative of the poster, everything is sort of run by you. So that was new to me. But yes, very exciting because it's also like a baby project, right?
Yeah.
You know, because you believe in the thought.
But you're playing very interestingly a quality control head
Yes.
at a condom factory.
That's right.
अभी हमें भी थोड़ा insight दे दो. What does one look for in a good quality chhatri? Did you learn anything in the process?
Yes, of course I did. And you know what was the most liberating sort of fact is that we went to this condom factory in Pune where we were shooting. It is actually a very big factory, and 70% of their staff are female.
Oh wow!
And they were just doing it. जैसे आप प्लास्टिक बैग्स बना रहे हो, जैसे आप कोई भी चीज बना रहे हो, राइट? इट्स अ फैक्ट्री. सो ये खराब है, ये जैसे चावल नहीं अलग अलग करते लोग गांव में कि ये सही है, ये खराब है, ये वुमेन डूइंग. That's how they were
Oh,
treating
wow.
it, and it was so good. You know, they're like, अच्छा ये खराब है, ये correct है, ये खराब है, ये packaging में जा रहा है, ये chemical है, you know. So it's chemistry. It's nothing beyond that. It's the formula for tensile strength. It's the formula for you know, the right quality and things like that. So one, I learned that so many women were working, which was very
It's
good.
very interesting. I wouldn't have
Even I
imagined.
had no idea. Second, I learned that it's very hard to stand inside a condom factory because the chemical smell is so much. Like I couldn't. I had to. We would walk in, take a deep breath, walk in, shoot, and run out because it was so bad. I even googled on the first day कि ये ठीक है, मतलब इससे कोई problem तो नहीं हो जाती lungs में. So yeah, you can't expose yourself to that for beyond 5 minutes. To that smell, so you have to keep taking breaks.
Break, yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise everything, you know, they have like a air check, they have tensile strength check, they have liquid check, different kind of checks as to how a condom is prepared, and yeah.
लड़की ने तो रिसर्च किया है.
अरे वो मैं कर रही हूँ ना फिल्म में, तो मेरे
But you know the tagline of the film is compulsory. Option नहीं compulsory है.
Correct.
Which obviously you are talking about sex education, which
Right.
should be compulsory. As an actress, आपके लिए compulsory क्या है इंडस्ट्री में जो option नहीं है?
hard work, discipline, dedication. There's no shortcut.
अच्छा.
You know, I don't think at any point you can think I know it all. मुझे आ गया है, या अब तो मैं मेरी फिल्में आ गई हैं, या अब तो मैं स्टार बन गया हूँ या बन गई हूँ. I don't think in life उसका कोई option है, hard work का कोई option है, because constantly you're evolving yourself, you're working towards something better. You have to try and find different scripts. So it's a work in progress. Every day struggle is different, you know.
That was actually my next question. You're saying this at a time when last year you had 6 releases.
5.
5 releases, which is of course a terrific place for any actor to be. What then is your challenge today?
You know, people think that when you have multiple releases, the bigger challenge is now to find scripts that are different. I don't want to be repetitive. I don't want to be just standing in a film doing nothing like a prop. I'm not saying that I want to headline every film. No, I want to do my Nach Gana, Masala, all of that, and I want to do films like Chhatri. But having said that, when you've done a runway, when you've done Dr. G, both of them got a lot of credibility. Today, Chhatri, people have liked the trailer. So I also want to reinvent myself. I don't want my audiences to get bored or me to get bored. So I think the challenge is there, and also there's obviously great competition. So you want to make sure that you're getting good scripts. It's a constant, even finesse towards your art. How can I make it better? How can I make the dance better? So everything, you have to keep learning every day. So that's, and I wouldn't call it struggle. I think it's a part of the process.
It's a part of the process. Okay, this may sound like one of the strangest transitions in an interview, but allow me. I heard you say in an interview recently that you build this shield around yourself. You know, you don't let.
Yeah.
I hope you saw what I did there. The shield.
The shield.
Where you don't let yourself get too vulnerable around people. You don't let your emotional side show to too many. What is the advantage of this? And does it at all come in the way of really letting yourself feel as an actor?
Yes and no. I think when I'm acting in a scene, I let myself be vulnerable. I dig on portions that sort of, if I'm doing an emotional scene, what is it that will drive that emotion truly, you know, you have to feel the emotion. I mean, if I'm feeling panic in runway, I have to feel panic. I can't act panic, you know, I have to feel like I'm going to die. This plane is going to crash. You know, and if there's a belief, a scene where I'm like sort of reinstating the importance, like Chhatri, I have to believe in the cause. So when I'm doing a scene, I let myself be vulnerable. But when I think, as a person, and a lot of people tell me that when we meet you first time, it feels like you're very strict. And I'm like, no, I'm not strict. I just take time to warm up. And I think that happened. It's great because you don't, I'm a strong believer, if you don't let people, you know, you feel extreme emotional emotions when you let people take charge of something in your life. When you let them sort of have an impact. But when you don't give anybody that space, you know, to let you affect, then you'll be happy. Like, I mean, only if I give them the right to affect me a certain way, which I feel in my profession is not needed. Otherwise, I'll get affected by everybody who writes something on social media every time a rumor comes out, and I can't keep clarifying or keep getting hurt. So I have that shield. And people who know me, I have zero shield.
Okay.
Like, people who know me, I'll be like, हाँ, और बताओ what's happening, you know, like I'll be sitting in my pajamas, chilling. So otherwise, I'm like a very tomboyish girl next door, like basic person.
Okay,
but
so
I
it's
think
a professional shield.
yeah, but it's also not
Do
something.
you need this in an industry such as ours?
You know, but actually, it's not something that I have on purpose. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि अरे आप shield डाल ली आज.
अच्छा.
You know, I think it's just happened because when I started working, I come from an army background, which is very protected, and then also very dignified. So that's the way you've grown up. There's no other way
to be.
So I think that step one of always having a dignified opinion, dignified space, the way you walk into a room, commanding a certain respect, has always been a part of who I am. And I think then when you start your journey alone, you've seen your struggles, you've auditioned, you've been rejected, you've been accepted. You just sort of, and it's not that I was always like this. You've been there and you've seen that you get affected, and then slowly, I think the world toughens you. So I think today in a space that I am, it's good that I am tough, and it's important to be tough because I believe there's no place for weak-hearted or weak-willed people in this world. Everyone is racing, everyone is just there, and I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying this in a very correct way. Survival. It's a survival of the fittest. Like, absolutely bang on. So to survive, you got to be like a coconut.
Do you remember the Rakul from early on who lived in Kandivali, where you had?
But it is the same Rakul. That's what I'm saying. That the core is same. That's why you're coconut. It's just the outside shell. Because why should everybody be able to affect me? Because the moment you are a public figure, and I think that stands for every actor, you know, whether it's trolls, whether it's whatever nonsense that comes out on social media today, we're so subjected to so much negativity
and access.
That wasn't the case back in the day, like 10 years back. So I just feel you have to draw a line somewhere and be happy in your own bubble. Okay, this is my bubble, this is my workspace, this is my personal space, and it's very compartmentalized. It's not, so I'm not a different person. I'm the same person. I think I just handle people differently and workspace differently because you've learned.
I think it's 1 year into you speaking publicly about your relationship.
That had to come, na?
My social experiment here is to figure out, did it work out the way you guys very consciously said that we want to talk about it and then make sure that it doesn't become the conversation that comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Was that a successful experiment?
I think it is.
Did Bollywood and did the audience allow you to do that?
I think it's you who allow yourself. There's always a narrative that you send out. If your intention is to just, like I said, it's a fact of life. Like, is Rakul from Delhi? Yes, she's from Delhi. Does she have a partner? Yes, she has a partner. It's as normal a fact. Do I want to make every interview about that fact? No. And I think last year spoke a lot more about my films than my relationship. Beyond the birthday wishes, I don't think any articles have majorly been. Oh, and of course, the pap. But that's okay. I mean, we are going out for lunch. You want to pap, you pap. It's as simple as that. It's not. I don't think that's invasion. They're not standing outside my house, which is what I wanted to prevent when I came out in the open, because I don't like people's curiosity. I mean, everyone has their own choice, but I'd rather give respect to the relationship and say this is the fact, because then even the curiosity in the media goes away.
Yeah.
They are not going to stand out to house, कौन आ रहा है, कौन जा रहा है, lift की photo ले रहे हैं, जो काफी लोगों के साथ होता है, which I feel is privacy. So yeah, that was a conscious choice and
a successful social experiment, just to understand the nature of the audience.
No, I didn't think of it as an experiment. I'm a very transparent person, so I just did it.
And on that note, we are going to see how successful we are.
Let's see.
I have identified a medical shop right ahead.
Okay.
So we're going to go across the road. पहले strategy क्या है?
कुछ नहीं, जाएंगे
आपने बोला transparent person, तो what?
हाँ, तो बस जाके मांगेंगे जो चाहिए.
पैसे है?
नहीं.
कितने लगते हैं?
मुझे भी नहीं पता. चलो, let's see. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
भैया एक एक कॉन्डम दीजिए। ये दे दीजिए। हाँ, थैंक यू। कितना?
कितने? हाँ
145।
145।
हाँ,
थैंक यू।
and that's it. Thank you।
छुट्टा तो दे दीजिए।
छुट्टा दे दीजिए। That's it।
Yeah,
That was easy।
why do we make such a big deal?
Because it's in our heads।
It's the first time I've done this, by the way.
First time for me as well।
They often ask, you know, when's the last time you did something for the first time?
Yeah, so now there you go।
मिल
ये
गया?
हो गया, चेंज पूरा मिला हमें।
हाँ?
Okay, very good।
Thank you.
Thank you।
Why do we make?
Such a big deal, right?
Yeah.
I don't know। I mean, look at it, right? Periods, we've made a big deal that we pack in like newspaper and brown papers। तुम कैसे पैदा हुए? ये science है body की। That's how the body functions।
Yeah.
I mean, there is no other way। And I think the more we normalize it as science and biology and the truth of
Yeah.
our existence, the more it will become normal, because
Yeah.
we've just made it such a big thing in our heads।
The truth is that I can take an A-list Bollywood actor to a chemist store on a bustling street, and yet there is literally no issue. We
Yeah.
got what we wanted.
Exactly।
What is the hypothesis? Successful experiment?
I think very successful, and I think that's great for the society also to know, and people who are watching, that that's how simple it is।
Yeah. You can walk up to a store, get
Yeah.
yourself what you need, and
Yes।
yeah, and it costs 150 bucks.
150 bucks।
Yeah.
So yeah, मतलब miscarriage और abortion से बचें।
Yes. God knows we need that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for being
much।
so sporting, really, because
Thank you।
somehow the message obviously is so much louder when I have someone like you come out and do this
Right,
experiment
right,
with me. So
right।
thank you for agreeing, because
Thank
not
you।
many actors do.
No, thank you so much, and I think the reason I agreed is that it is so important, and this film is driving the issue of women's health. And if we as women are not, you know, aware or speak for ourselves
Yeah.
and learn to say no, there's so many women, I think, not just tier 2, tier 3, but also in the cities, who are going through, you know, like we were talking about, miscarriages, abortions, headaches, regular sexual health problems,
And they don't talk
and
about
they don't talk about it because they think it's a taboo. But I feel if you can talk about physical health, emotional health, mental health, then why not sexual health? हमारा जो है टैगलाइन है ना कि ऑप्शन नहीं कंपलसरी है, लाइफ में इसी चीज का ऑप्शन किसी के पास नहीं है। सबकी शादी होती है, सबके बच्चे होते हैं, किसी के पास ऑप्शन नहीं है, तो एटलीस्ट उसकी एजुकेशन का ऑप्शन तो रखो।
Yeah, yeah. More power to you for
Thank you।
headlining projects such as
Thank you।
Chhatriwali.
Thank you।
Thank you. We
Thank
need
you।
more like this.
Thank you।